is 6 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, a Friday evening, and y'all are having to hang out with me. Donny Baker here with you, LPR Sound Foundation. How are you, my friend? Is everybody good? Who's with me? Anybody here with me today? Is it just me, like usual? Hey, I don't know if you guys saw the emails, but today I wanted to ask y'all a question. I want to ask y'all a question. Yeah, of course, you can always ask me anything. That's what these Friday things are about. You could ask me whatever you want about anything. If I don't know the answer, we'll look that stuff up. I got Google sitting right here. So, but I want to ask you a question today. When you go into a studio for the first time, as an engineer, as an artist, as a producer, whatever. If you go into a studio for the first time, you've never been to the studio before. What's the first thing you look for when you come in? What's the first thing you look for when you walk in the door? You're like, oh, let me see if they got the thing. What's the thing that you're looking for? You can leave in the chat, and we'll discuss. So other than that, man, what kind of questions y'all got about me? What kind of questions y'all got about my studio? If you were coming into my studio for the first time, would you go? Let me ask you this: would you go to the website and would you look at my gear list? You know, your artist. Let's say you're an engineer and you're working with an artist, and that artist wants to come here to this studio. Would you go to my website and look up my gear list to see what kind of stuff you're going to be dealing with if you're the engineer on the project? I've actually had engineers go to my website, go to my mic list. We got a gear list for each studio. We got a microphone list for each studio, whatever. But they would go to my mic list and they would tell me what microphones they wanted to use on the drums. You know, okay, on the kick drum I want to use this, on the snare drum I want to use this, etc. So, I mean that works, right? That should be how it works, you know what I'm saying? So, I get it. I mean, if I was going to a studio for the first time, I'm brighten this up a little bit. I mean, if I was going to a studio for the first time, I'd want to know what I'm dealing with. I mean, I don't want to go to a studio that's just got a universal audio interface. That's it. That's all you got. You know, they ain't nothing for me to play with in there. You know. So, but yeah, let's for instance let's go look at my Studio A. I'm gonna share my screen with you here. If we look at my Studio A, you know, there's a couple of pictures. There's not a lot. You don't need to know what every little picture of the thing looks like. But yeah, if you can look at my microphones, look at the studio gear, instruments, and amps. So let's look at the studio gear. What kind of gear is in the studio? It tells you everything that's in there. You know, hey Joe. Joe's hanging out. But yeah, it tells you everything that's in there. It even tells you what kind of wiring I got. You know, what kind of patch bays. I mean, it's a pretty full list, and if an engineer's coming here for the first time, he can go take a look and see what we got. You know, what about microphones? Okay, go back to the page here. Let's say they want to look at the microphones. They can go here and check out what kind of microphones we got. Here's the whole list of all the microphones. You know, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to deal with, but at the same time, variety. You know what I'm saying? So, what's the first thing you look for when you go into a studio? That's the question. So if y'all want to tell me, you want to let me know, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. You know, I've changed the name of this. We're gonna, instead of just talking to me, you know, let's make it what did I change it to? I changed it to Friday Night Studio Talk with me. It's the Friday Night Studio Talk. So let's talk about studios. Let's talk about what kind of stuff you do in a studio. What do you do in your studio? Do you have a studio in your home? Do you have a studio in the garage? You know, I mean, dude, if you got a laptop in a Focusrite, you got a studio. You know, you can go to Starbucks and make beats, whatever it takes. You know, Joe's with us. She says her hand pink is waving. Her hand pink waving. It's supposed to look like the other one. It's supposed to look like this from Twitch. For some reason, YouTube. If you leave a comment on the YouTube. If you leave a comment on YouTube, it doesn't show up like that from a Samsung phone. It's weird. I don't know if it does it from a iPhone. If anybody's watching this on iPhone, try leaving a comment if you're on YouTube. We'll see what it looks like. And then she says, check out the studio for more pics and news from the studio. Glasses, purple, yellow, diamond. That's correct. That's weird, but whatever. Pink hand waving. That's awesome. So, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, man. Was what kind of stuff you got in your studio? Again, what's the first thing you look for if you go into a studio? I mean, I've got a studio, so I don't generally go to other people's studios. Sometimes, I've been a guest, on a session at other people's studios, but it's not like clients that I work with want me to go to Sound City and work on anything. So, but yeah, they can do everything they want to do here. Like today, man, we just did a song today, and the guy he hit me up. He's one of my clients, bro, and he's so funny. Actually, he was telling me we've been working together for 13 years. That's crazy. He came here. The first time he came here was 13 years ago, but he'll text me going, "Hey, I got an idea for a song. I'm coming over." It's like, all right, I can give you a couple hours. But no, we did a whole song, man, in like 2.5 hours from scratch, from nothing, and it came out pretty good, man. I wasn't surprised because I know how to run things in there, But I was happy that he was happy. He was excited about the song. It came out really good, And as he was in the booth doing the vocals, and he's only listening on headphones, And then I said, come in the room," and while he was in the room, I kind of blended and mixed a little bit, And he's like, "Holy shit, bro! It doesn't sound like that in the headphones." No, it don't. It don't sound like that in the headphones. But that's what it is. And look, when people are in the booth, between takes and stuff, I'm doing edits. I'm while they're singing, man, I'm blending the backgrounds and the harmonies. I'm mixing while they're working. I'm multitasking. It's fine with me, man. That's how it works. I don't just record everything and then wait and then do the edits and then do the mix. No, dude, I'm doing it. I'm doing it on the fly because I use the analog console as an analog console. I run everything on the console. I can mix and blend right there. And then when it comes time to print, I just print from the master fader. I actually turn on the bus compressor on the console. Boom, it's good to go. It's already ready. The song's done. So don't even have to master it. I cranked it up a little bit for him, and he was happy. If he's got here comes the problem though, because it is an analog console. It's not a controller. If he comes back to me tomorrow, the next day, and says, "Oh, dude, can you raise the vocals a little bit? Oh, or you can raise that solo part just a little bit," I got to put the mix back on the console, because I got another session tomorrow that's going to use the console, and it's going to be completely different, So I'm basically going to have to move his stuff, but I took pictures. So if he does come back in, I put the tape back down and set from the picture. I just set everything. I don't typically use the EQ or anything on the console. I don't typically use the EQ. Sometimes, yes, but typically I'll go in the box with stuff like that, EQs and I think all the reverbs and delays and everything were in the box on this one. So that's all saved. So it's just a matter of blending the outputs of it, So it's easy. I prefer it that way, honestly. Like this console right here. This is an Allen & Heath GS3000. I have the same setup in here as I have in the other room. So I do the same thing, man. I do the same thing. I run the stems out, run the tracks out on the board. I like it. It works better. So, any questions, comments, or concerns? Anybody want to talk to me about your studio? Maybe you got a question about patch bays. We just did the last 2 weeks we did patch bay stuff on the Thursday videos, which are technical stuff. We talk about tech stuff. Mondays we typically talk about businessy stuff with your studio, with your music stuff, and then Thursdays we talk about tech stuff. How to use this, or how to use an EQ, or how to use a compressor, or what's this compressor sound like compared to this compressor. That's what we do on Thursdays. So the past 2 Thursdays have been. The first one was, do you need a patch bay? And then the second, this past Thursday, which was, yesterday. Come on, man. Come back to where, remembering the days of the week. But yesterday was, the video was about the different configurations of a patch bay. Whether you're normaled, half normaled, fully normaled, open, that kind of thing, and why you do that. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. You should be subscribed on YouTube. If you're not, if you're watching me on YouTube right now and you're not subscribed, I want you to stop listening to me and go hit that subscribe button. There's some golden information that comes out every week, twice a week, sometimes 3. Every other Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, I do either a blog or a gear review. So you get a gear review every other week on a Wednesday. Tuesday is all about shorts, shorts and reels and TikToks and stuff. And that I basically pull from the long form and make shorts and send it out on Tuesdays. And then of course on Fridays, y'all got me live. So boom. What's everybody having for supper? We could talk about that. What y'all eating for supper tonight? Come on, man. I'll tell you I eat supper's like my light meal. I just eat like vegetables and stuff. Maybe some cheese and crackers. Other than that, man, you know, I don't eat a big meal at night. I eat my big meal is breakfast. I get up early. I like a big breakfast. I'm usually at the studio by 6:30, 6:15. I'm here. I kind of get ready. I check the emails. I check the calendar, and then I go. There's a big ass park right down the street. I go take a walk down the park. I usually listen to a book or something while I'm walking, but that's my mornings. I like to get ready for the day, and then when I get back, I kind of clean up. We don't usually start sessions till what, after 10 a.m. I don't even think the phones turn on until after 10. So questions. Come on, hit me up with questions in the chat. Joe, you got any questions? I ain't seen you since, I saw you this morning, but you were asleep. So I haven't talked to you since last night. Anyway, I do have something in case you guys are watching the replay, or one of the 3 people that are watching me now. The signal flow course. Well, there's a course. We have a free course. It's free, 100%. Doesn't cost you anything. And it's all about signal flow, which is the basics of what this is. This is all about signal going from point A to point B to point C and so on. So I've got a free course I want to share with you. I'll put it in the chat. I'll also throw it up on the screen. learnprorecording.com/basics. You just go click it in the. Yeah, that's correct. Just go click it in the chat. If you're watching a replay, it's still going to be there. It's still going to be free. It's I think it's always been free. I think at one time we were selling it for like $49 or something. But then I don't know. I had a vision one day, and the vision said, "Dude, just give it away. People need this, man. You should give it to them." So yeah, I don't need $40. I mean, there's that. So yeah, that one's free for you. Go, if you haven't done it, go get it. It's pretty cool. It really helps. It talks about patch bays. It talks about hybrid mixing, which is what I did today. Hybrid mixing is mixing in the box or in the computer and sending the stems out to the console, so you can monitor on the console. That's a stem. That's a hybrid stem mix. If you don't have an analog console, you just mix it in the box, which is the same thing. It's just you're monitoring from your interface. I'm monitoring from my console. So that's the only difference, really, that I monitor from the console. And then there's I can mix fully analog, but I always get in trouble when I do that, because every time I've done that, the client, it's inevitable. The client's going to call me back, 3 days later and go, "Oh, hey, man, can you raise the vocals a little bit?" Bro. I'm basically starting over at that point. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's difficult. And I try to explain to the clients, look, it's cool that you want to run through the analog. I understand. It's cool that you want to print stuff to tape. I got you. But at the same time, make sure that this is what you want. Make sure everything is like awesome before we leave. Before we move on to the next song, make sure this is exactly what you're looking for. Because once we move on to the next song, this one's done. That's how it works. That's how it worked up until, ADATs in the 80s. Through the 70s and in the early 80s, man, everything was on tape through an analog console. That's how it was done. That's not that I can't do nothing about that. That wasn't my idea. But I tried to keep mine I tried to keep mine old school, you know, just for the, I don't know. I think it sounds better. We can get into that discussion if somebody wanted to bring it up, but I think it sounds better. I think digital doesn't sound as good as analog. And if you guys disagree with me, that's cool. You can, but you're wrong. Just kidding. I wouldn't be mean like that. That's nasty. But no, it's my opinion that analog sounds better. Even though even the two consoles sound different. In the other room we've got the Audient ASP 4816, and then we got this one. This one, the Audient's got a built-in bus compressor, and because it's part of the circuitry, it works really nicely. This one does not have a bus compressor built in. I don't know if you guys can see the lights. There's actually signal running through the console right now. And then over the lights over there, the other lights right over there, that's a compressor. It's not engaged, it's bypassed, but the signal is still running through it. And I do that on the patch bay, which is on the other side of me over here. It's on this side. So that's the patch bay right there. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it because it's all blurry, but that's fine. But if you go back and look at this week's video, you'll see that patch bay. There you go. Questions, comments, or concerns? Anyone here want to talk about anything? Joe, you want to ask me anything? Yeah, I clean the bathroom pretty much every day, Joe. I do. The bathroom's nice and clean in case we get any ladies in. It's I don't want to make it like a gas station bathroom. You know what I mean? Tomorrow we got a session tomorrow. Pretty big session with a film composer is bringing in some work. It's going to be a 5-piece string section, and then after that, once we get the strings recorded, then there'll be a vocalist coming in for his. He's usually really good. He's got charts for everything, and the players he brings in are all like USC grads, jazz performance guys, and they're really good. So I'm excited. I really like working with them because it's because they're so good, and it's just boom, boom, boom. Let's go next, next, next. It's like that's how it works, And I've worked with this guy a number of times, so I understand his flow and how he works. So I try to, I've got templates. I've got templates built for this guy that make working with him really easy. Speaking of templates, if you guys like templates, man, we got templates. If you get on my list. You'll get templates. Once you sign up for anything on at learnprorecording.com, if you just go to learnprorecording.com, do I have that? I don't even have that. I don't have it on a button. It's learnprorecording.com. Go there on the very top. It says get your free thing. What is it? The studio growth guide. Get that. And it's did I go to preview mode? Oh no, see, I'm on live mode. I'm okay. I turned that off is what happened. Oops, there it is. Okay. Man, buttons. I got all these buttons and I don't know why they're that's kind of cool though. When I move the mouse off of the thing, it goes away. It's kind of cute. Oh, I see what I did. Fine. All right. Talking to myself again because nobody else wants to talk. Any question about anything studio related, music business related, not really music business. Let's call it the business of music, because the music business is, to me, and the music business is, labels and contracts and distribution and royalties and publishing. That's the music business. What I do and what we do here is the business of music. We make the business of music. And Joe, of course, is the actor in the family, and she's in Screen Actors Guild, which is a union. And if you guys are watching this on a replay, you're gonna miss out on the SAG Awards for Sunday. You can probably Google that stuff and go look at it though. It's pretty cool. But yeah, she gets to vote. She's a voting member for the SAG Awards. So we have to watch all these. They send us movies to watch. Some are good, Some are okay. Some are stupid. But you know, it's okay. It's fine. But that's how life works. Um let me ask you this. Do you guys have any um weird microphones? I really enjoy weird microphones. I really enjoy strange, different microphones. Like a telephone handset, not a cell phone. You anybody that's not older than 40, anybody younger than 40 doesn't really know what a telephone handset is. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. And Joe's got a face purple crying. Whatever that means. A face purple crying. I like these. These are fun. These emojis that don't actually have pictures. You got to try to imagine it in your mind, and it's weird. So anyway, see it says face purple crying. How how do you guys what do you guys think about the all the AI stuff? You know, we can talk about that someday as well. Maybe I'll make that next week's topic. But the AI stuff, man, I saw a thing today or yesterday, and the vocals, it's an AI, and it's good. You know, I mean, yeah, the service is not cheap, but I mean, if you're a producer and you're making, you know, you're a songwriter and you're writing songs and stuff like that, and you know, and you just need a quick demo singer, this is perfect for you. You don't have to, you don't have to schedule the singer coming over. Yeah, it kind of sucks for the singer because the singer ain't gonna be working as much, but you know, there's that, and even mix engineers, man. There's even mix AIs, and you know, I don't know. It's kind of disheartening. It's kind of weird, but you kind of can't. I mean, you're gonna miss me. You know, if you guys if AI takes over, the world's gonna miss guys like me and guys like you. You know, they're gonna miss it because it ain't gonna be there. You know, they're not gonna need us, but you definitely gonna miss it. I mean, there's nothing better than walking into a studio that's decked out, that's got all the gear, and having a person that runs it for you. You know, you're gonna miss that. But again, I mean, it's something we could talk about maybe next week. Maybe we'll bring it up for next week. But you know, you got to blame the streaming services. You got to blame the how fast people get their information on their phones. You know, so they're listening to music on a phone through an earbud, and they think it sounds good. You know, it okay. It's it's livable, but I don't think it sounds good. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to say we should go back to CDs or cassette tapes, but I'm just saying, you know, vinyl's cool, but you know, kind of hard to play a record in the car, you know. But not undoable, but yeah, it's kind of inconvenient to bring a album and put it on the record player in the car. Anyway, uh got a couple minutes left. I know I try to keep these to about 30 minutes on Fridays cuz, you know, it's Friday night. Y'all got places to go, people to see, things to do, you know. The eagle just flew and you got a pocket full of change maybe. You might be headed out for kicking off the weekend. I get it, you know. Um, so yeah, let me know if there's of um, any topics that you guys want to talk about, anything you want to bring up. You can always email me. I'll throw my email up on here. info@learnprorecording.com. You can always email me if you got any questions, if you want me to talk about stuff on Friday night, if you want me to do an extensive video and explain how something works or show you how a particular piece of gear works, you know. Hey, Bloody Saberwolf says, do you think it's better to specialize in one aspect of engineering and master that one particular craft? Yes. if you were to walk in, if a client calls, let's say a client calls me, right, and they say, "Hey, what what genre music do you normally work with?" And I say, "Oh, I can do everything." What that means, and what I just told that client, is that I'm not very good at anything, but I can do everything. But if a client asks me, "Hey, what genre of music do you are you know what genre of music do you work with?" And I would say I like to record live music. I like to put a microphone in front of an instrument and make it sound awesome. That's what I'm really good at. I'm not going to say I'm good at all genres, because I'm not. I mean, I suck at hip hop. I mean, yeah, okay, it's vocals, bro. I can record it, but I'm not going to mix it. There's other people that are better at that than me. So, but yeah, man, I agree. Definitely specialize in something. If you're a metal guy, specialize in metal. If you're a jazz guy, you know, specialize in jazz. But yes, have a specialized. So when somebody asks you, "Hey, what kind of music do you work on?" Oh yeah, I do rhythm and blues, bro. R&B. That's all I do, and I'm really good at it. So pay me extra. Absolutely. No, yeah, you gotta be, you get known as a, you get no. Let's look at Chris Lord-Alge. I mean, you know he's kind of punk, rock, punk. I don't want to say punk rock, but rock and punk. That's what he's known for. I don't think he's gonna go do hip hop, although he probably has his name on some hip hop records. You know, Dave Pensato, man, Dave Pensato's, he's mostly pop. But I do know that he's done some hip hop. I do know he's done some rock, but he's mostly pop. So that's his genre, you know. But my genre is rock. My genre is live instruments. I mean, I'm really good at that. So whether it's, metal, or I don't want to specialize I don't want to put myself in a thing where I just do hardcore metal. No, I'm not going to do that. I do know a guy. If you need that, I got a guy that does that. I'm not, I'm not going to specialize in that. But yeah, I agree, man. Definitely specialize in one, and do them all, but specialize in one genre. Boom. I know I rambled on that one, man. I'm sorry. Have have you guys ever? I mean, if you may not have a studio where you can bring in a band, a whole band at the same time and mic everything up. If you go do a search on YouTube, um, on my channel, there's a thing we did. I think we called it live to two track or something like that. We actually took the computer out of the room. We didn't have a computer in there at all, and we ran everything live through the console. We brought in outboard gear for compression and reverbs and delays, and everything was analog, and we ran it straight to our. We have a mastering 2-track machine, tape machine, and we ran everything live from from the control room to the 2-track, and then back, so you could hear it. You know, yeah. Go do it's a quick video. I actually edited it down so you don't need to see the band only played one song, so but it was a lot of setup. It was like 2.5 hours of just setting stuff up, you know. And we actually broadcast it live when we did it, but then I edited it down to not 3 hours. So yeah, go check it out if you're interested, something like that. But see what happens, man, when you don't depend on a computer. Computers are great. Don't get me wrong. I use them. I use them every day. But I use plugins every day. You know, most of my reverbs are plugins. Most of my favorite reverbs are plugins. I do have some outboard reverbs. I don't know if you kind of can't see it, it's blurry. But in this room, I got an SPX 90 from the 80s. Uh, I got a couple of different reverb units in the other room. But yeah, these are my favorites are in the box. You know, compressors. I like compressors outside because I like to compress on the way in while I'm recording. And so I like outboard compressors. It's just me. I just ordered uh Clark Technic has, what is it, the TK 76, I think it's called. It's a 1176 clone, and it's super cheap, and it's super back ordered because it's popular. So, but once I get it, I'm gonna do a shootout. I have a Universal Audio 1176, and I'm gonna do a shootout with that and the Clark Technic. So look for that video. Probably sometime in March is when they said it's gonna be available. So, but I bought it like 3 months ago. Boom. So, but yeah, it's just one of those items that's super popular, and they didn't make too many of them, so they back ordered. But that's cool. It's supposed to be super dope. I mean, I've seen a bunch of videos. So there you go. All right. It is 1 minute past 6:30. I've held you longer than I should have. Any final questions? Anyone? Anybody? One more time, man. I'll throw this signal flow course up there for you. If you have not looked at it, if you have not seen it, if you've not run through it, please go get it. It's not going to cost you anything. It's really quick. Take you an afternoon to get through it, but it's really good. I say it's really good because I made it, but no, it's really full of a ton of information that can help you understand signal flow a little bit better. I run through analog signal flow. I run through digital signal flow. So yeah, it's in patch bays. Then I explain the difference between mixing in the box, hybrid mixing, and also full analog mixing. I show you some stuff on that. So yeah, go grab it. It's literally free. Put the link in the chat there. You guys will watch me on the replay. Click, go get it. And while you're down there looking at me on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because this stuff's gold, man. You don't want to miss out on any new videos coming out. I got some great stuff coming up. Just looked at the schedule today, and yeah, there's some cool stuff coming. What's the thing for Monday? Let me see what I got coming for Monday. I'm gonna go look real quick. I know it's late. Y'all don't need to remind me. Let's see what we got coming this Monday. We're gonna talk, dude, because Mondays I talk about business, and this coming Monday I'm gonna talk about voiceover work that you do, not recording other people's voices. Yeah, we already do that. We record voiceovers for film and TV and video games, whatever. I'm talking about you being the voiceover actor. You've got the stuff. I got a microphone right here, dude. This guy says he's bummed he got it late. Yeah, dude, it's as soon as I finish it, it'll be live on YouTube. Just go look at it. It's pretty cool. I didn't really talk about, I did talk about cool stuff, and no, I'm just kidding. But Monday's video on YouTube, bro, is going to be about you doing voiceover work. No, look, you've already got the gear. You've got the mic. You've got the computers. You've got the recording system. All you need is your voice. You have a unique voice that no one else in the world has, and it's only yours, and somebody out there wants your voice for their product. So why not make a voiceover demo for yourself and go get some voiceover work for you? You don't need to be union. You can make money. I mean, dude, when you're not doing anything else, you could do voiceover work. Come on. Yeah, we're going to talk about that on Monday. It's going to be fun. So get ready for that. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. It's time for me to go have some supper and get ready. I got a big session coming tomorrow. I think I told y'all the string section. I got to go set all that up because they're coming in early, and I don't want to be pressed on. I don't want to be rushed tomorrow. So appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you coming over and hanging, seeing me, and we will see you next time. I think I got my button that says the outro. I'm going to do that right now. We'll see you next time. My name is Donny Baker, and I am out. Peace.